And this is the drop. Teri Ijeoma's VIP trade and travel program is a self-paced course with over 100 hours of trading that helps everyday people just like you trade stocks for income. Welcome to the show, Teri.
Thanks for having me.
So in this episode, I'm just going to keep it very straightforward. The people are here to learn about the course. So this is Teri Ijeoma course review, and I'm literally just going to walk through it. And we'll start with trade and travel, what you will learn, how to pick companies, everything you need to successfully get started in investing, including opening your account, picking good companies, and placing the first trade. I guess my question there would be, how do we go about picking a good company? Like, what is a quote unquote good company?
Okay. As a trader, I'm looking at companies that are healthy. One of the myths is that traders, more active investors, we trade different companies than long-term investors. But the truth is, we're looking for the same healthy companies. I'm looking for companies that long-term investors would also find in their portfolio. I'm just trading in and out of them for income. So they're healthy companies. They've been on an uptrend over the past year. They have good earnings, a good forecast, but really solid companies that we believe in for the long run. But like I said, the stock price doesn't go up in one fell swoop. It'll come up, it'll go down, especially we've seen that in the beginning of 2022. So we just find really good entry points and really good exit points, but the companies are healthy companies.
And as we walk through this conversation, I guess I'll play which I don't like doing, the side of devil's advocate. And I guess my question would be, what do you say to that person who's scared to invest? So they've always got a problem for every solution, and really not even a solution for any problem. So how do you get that person off the bench?
Well, I think that's when we go into module 2, which is risk management. And that's like what I teach students the second week. So we're looking at how do you protect yourself from losing? And there are 6 things that I did wrong in the beginning that I now teach students how to do better. One of them is putting in protection, like putting in stop losses. That's an order type that'll take you out when the stock is going down, or even just your quantity size. There was one trade I took, I had 8,000 shares and overnight lost about $24,000 because I had too many shares. Like I already had put myself at too much risk. So there's small tricks like that you can help protect some of your risk and not be as afraid to join.
And I think, well, actually, let me ask a question there. I think the folks will have is, how much do they even need to join? Like, what's the dollar, if there is one, starting point?
As an active investor, you're trying to make a percentage of your cash amount. That is something that I think a lot of people mix up. Because they say, oh, you can start investing with $0. And that's true if you're a longer term investor. If you have $10, invest in a stock and just let it sit in the account. Or you could even do pieces of a share with smaller amounts. But as a trader, you're trying to make a percentage of your cash amount. So I think in your account, you need about $1,000 to $2,000 to get started. And I'm actually pushing lately more towards 2,000. So the people who are trading and active traders, they're people who've probably done some work financially. Maybe in 2020, they were shaken up a little bit. Over 2021, they started paying down some of their debt and saving up and getting a budget in place. And now they have a little savings and they're ready to start actively making that grow. That's the person who is good for an active investor. So about $2,000 or more is a good start. But I will tell you the truth. A lot of my students don't start with a full 2,000 already in their account. They can start with 500, open a brokerage account, and then trade in a simulator until they're good, and then start trading with their real money once they start saving.
I've heard simulators mentioned before. Is there one that you recommend? I'm sure there's one in the course, but is there one you recommend that is freely available for people who just want to test this out today?
Yeah, so there's 2 broker companies that have good simulators. So TD Ameritrade has a good one, Thinkorswim. Also, TradeStation has a good simulator. Simulator means you trade with fake money or paper money. But a new one that I've been looking at a lot is TradingView. TradingView.com. They have a paper money trader, and they're pretty good as well.
So there you go, folks. You just found a way to make money without spending any money. So that's another question I was going to ask. And there you go. So you're good to go. You can move on to the next video, I guess, whatever the case may be, but hopefully you'll stick around. You had talked about debt, and I know you've done a number of interviews about using trading to get out of debt. So I guess I have a two-part question there. And I know recognize this go as a recommendation, and I would have already read the disclaimer that this is just for informational purposes and entertainment only. So this is not investment advice, yada, yada, yada. Your personal opinion. Does salary matter? And then as a part of that, does debt matter? Like, should I be trading if I have X amount of debt with X being?
I look at active investing and trading as a skill set. So if I'm learning to speak Spanish, I don't have to pay off all my debt in order to learn how to speak Spanish. And I know that sounds completely crazy because they're totally different, but it's just, if you're learning a new skill set, I'm learning how to dance, I'm learning how to cook. You don't have to like have everything all the way figured out to learn a new skill. So personally, I don't think that you have to have all of your debt completely taken care of before you start learning how to trade. Now, does it help? For sure, because as I said before, when you're a trader, you're trying to make money off of a savings. And if you have a lot of debt, well, it's hard to have a savings when you have a lot of debt. Most of your money is probably going towards paying that down. So my personal opinion is, if you're ready to learn how to trade, you can still learn now. Like even like start the class, start studying, start learning how to make your money grow. Because honestly, you learn more than just how to make your money grow. You also learn a lot about yourself as a trader. Your mindset is a huge thing. Do you have discipline to stick with a trading plan? What happens when you're losing? How do you respond? When you're winning, do you have the courage to actually take your profit? Like all those things are mental things that you improve as well as a trader. So if you're just learning the skill set and trading in your sim account or with the paper money, as we talked about, you don't have to have all your debt paid off. And then the same thing with salary. I know a lot of people who lost their job during COVID and then picked up the skill of trading, and then they started trading their retirement accounts. So they had moved some money from their old jobs into a self-directed IRA, and then not all of it, but they would take a little bit of that and then see if they could make it grow as they were learning to be a better trader. So salary also doesn't matter as much. I think the bigger thing is, are you ready to really be consistent or like really learn a new skill? And then like while you're in your sim, you can get your money right in other places.